Hi, 7th grade. This is Mrs. C, your visual content specialist. In this video, we're going to be looking at the 5 W's and an H strategy. This strategy is going to help us understand what a text is all about. Using this strategy, you'll be able to determine central ideas of a text and demonstrate synthesis or understanding of that text by creating a summary. So what are the 5 W's and an H? This is a self-questioning technique that supports our understanding of what we're reading. By self-questioning, I mean that as you read a text, you are asking yourself these questions in order to gauge what it is that you understood about the reading. In order to use the 5 W's and an H strategy effectively, you need to do 3 things. The first one is to start reading your text in chunks. Reading your text in small parts helps you understand and process information better than reading the whole thing all at once. While reading your text in chunks, you need to then ask yourself the 5 W's and an H. And then you'll put the information you've gathered all together to create a summary. Creating a summary helps us put everything that we've understood on paper together to give us a whole picture of what we just read. When we model this technique in the next slide, we're going to read the text in parts. As we read, we're going to stop and ask ourselves who, what, when, where, why, how, and annotate these details on the side. When you're reading, you can annotate this in your notebook or on your worksheets. And then we're going to put all that information we've identified together to help us create a summary about what the text is mostly about. This is an anchor chart to help you remember what the 5 W's and 1 H stands for. When you read, you need to ask yourself, who is this about? What happened or what is happening? Where did it take place? When did it take place? And when we look at when, we're looking at dates, time, weather, why did it happen, and how did it happen? Day 9 of our Unit 1, Columbus and the Taino, we are tasked with reading excerpts from Columbus and his encounters. After reading these excerpts, then we have to answer some questions. In order to answer the questions, we need to understand what the text is about, and this strategy is going to help us do that. In excerpt set A, we're going to focus on this side of the text first, Columbus's diary, and we're going to write down all the information that we can find. Now, just a note, when you're reading a text in parts, you're not going to have every piece of information you see here right away. You're going to have to go one by one, and then as you keep reading, you'll find more and more information. Another thing is that your summary might not come until the very end of the text, after you finish reading everything. We're doing the summary as soon as we're done with the 5 W's and the H because we're modeling using the technique with a short text. So here we go, Unit 1, Day 9 in Passport to Social Studies. Columbus's Diary, 1492, from Medieval Sourcebook. Here follow the precise words of the Admiral. As I saw that they were very friendly to us and perceived that they could be much more easily converted to our holy faith by gentle means than by force, I presented them with some red caps, and strings of beads to wear upon the neck, and many other tries of small value, wherewith they were much delighted, and became wonderfully attached to us. So here, I can start by writing who. So I see two different who's. I see Columbus and Taino people. What? So what is happening? Columbus gifted the Taino some objects as a way to convert their religion, as a way to help persuade them to convert their religion. When? I see a date up here, 1492. So I'm going to write that date, and I might get more information as we keep on reading. Where? I'm going to say it's somewhere in the Caribbean, because that's where the Taino people lived. The Americas, so we're thinking Latin America. And why? We don't really know why yet. We know that they wanted the Taino to change their religion. How? I'm going to write by using gentle ways such as gifts. That's how they plan on converting their religion. So based on what I read so far, I can write my summary. And again, your summary may come way later after you're done completely with the text. But because I'm modeling a short version of the text for you, I'm going to write my summary now, using the information that I have here. 5 W's and an H. So here I can write Columbus met the Taino people in 1492 and gifted them some objects with the purpose of convincing them to change their religion to his. And that's a summary of what I've read so far. So in your notebook, you'd probably have your annotations on the side, or if this is a worksheet, you can write it on the side of the worksheet, like on the margin, and you'd have your summary at the end. So you're going to have an opportunity to use this strategy in Unit 1, Day 9, Columbus and the Taino, as you continue to read excerpt sets A, B, and C